this morning. Happy New Year. If you are joining us and it is you just spent last night celebrating, welcome. This is our first live of the year. It's going to get a bit, used to, it's going to take some time to get used to saying 2026 after a year of 2025. And I don't blame you if you're not here, if you had a busy night last night and, you're not with us this morning. That's okay. You can watch the replay. I have lots to show you. And then we will get started because it's Joyful January. I don't have the written out one. I actually have misplaced it. I folded it up, I put it in a book, and then I put it somewhere because I was carrying it around with me. But I do have a photo of our prompt list. So this is our prompt list for the year, sorry, I was doing something while I was talking. That doesn't work. This is for the month of January, and we thought, oh, let's do something that brings joy daily. And so we called it Joyful January. And this, if I come a little bit closer, you can take a screenshot. I will be putting this also in my stories. And if you're on Substack, look at my screen. If you're on Substack, you will have already, is it better this way? You will have already got this. So there, that is our prompt list. Happy New Year! Teresa, you are up as well. Have you been out already? Ooh, it's so cold today. So cold. Like crazy cold. And if you're watching and you don't usually say hi, please say hi. It's always nice to know who is here with us. And if you're going to join us in Joyful January and you're not part of our BSA club, that's absolutely fine. Just make sure you use the hashtag Joyful January, and you can also say hashtag Char's Art Class, and then just do a 0126. Yeah, and then I'll see your posts, or you can tag me at Blue Shine Art if you are posting on Instagram, or if you're on Substack, then you can just tag me, my name. Hi C, good morning, happy New Year. Yeah, it is freezing outside. Yeah, if you saw my Instagram story this morning, I just did a little video of me walking on the snow. It sounded like the whole world was gonna crack under. Did you hear it? Oh my god, it's so cold. Like when the snow is that crunchy, I think I probably echoed the whole neighborhood out because I was so loud walking this morning. It was early, but I was so loud walking this morning. Okay, I have some goodies to show you, just because it's the start of the new year, and then today's prompt is shelf. So I'm still not sure if I'm going to be using gouache, or I think I'll just use mixed media. I have this Stillman and Burn. It's the Zeta series, and I will be putting my first page here. I'm going to try and do a quote on, or just like a few joyful words or a joyful phrase on the opposite side, but I may not get that done at the same time as this. And I have my first page because I did this piece in this book because I wanted to see how it would turn out. This is from my art retreat in Montelpero, and it really, the paper takes everything, so I'm really excited about experimenting a little bit more this month. So I am going to put, little notes of encouragement and joy in our book of Joyful January. yeah, so I will be doing my shelf on this page, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do it in watercolor or gouache. It's probably going to be in gouache, so that's what I'm going to be doing today. Courtney SF, San Francisco, she sent me one of her calendars for this year. I think I showed you this one from last year. So, and then I have a whole bunch of others which I had taken out. And of course I put somewhere so that I could show you guys, and now I can't find them. So if I show you, I'll do a little video and show you the other ones that she's had or that she's produced. And they're so lovely because each page, I'm going to hang mine up. I have like a little cupboard next to me, and I have a hook that I put them on. So she actually took herself on a retreat, and she did all these flowers. She focused on flowers throughout this diary or this calendar. But they're really nice. And then she puts the holidays as well, and the full moons. And then at the back she always has a little bit about her family, and then also notes on the pages, which I really like. And then I wanted to show you Melly's beautiful calendar. I know that C, you have yours, so you are probably going to be using it. So this is Women and Guitars by Melly Dolman. Melly is part of our BSA club, our creative family, and last year, I think it was in May, was it May Flowers? And we started, because it was after April, we started focusing on gardeners. Oh, I did gardeners for Mayflowers, and Melly did I think she did a girl with a guitar, and then she just ran with it and started doing, was it May or was it April that Melly started the guitars? Anyway, she's done a whole beautiful calendar. You can see all the days. I won't flip through each of them, but I'm really excited to have this hanging on my wall as well. I love seeing friends' work on my wall as well. And then I just wanted to show you, because I'm starting my Hobonichi today, and I just quickly, because I haven't tried watercolors in this, so I just quickly did 2026, and it's the year of the horse. My funny horse. And then I have my vision page, and then also in this is the Hemlock and Oak. I've got this as well. So in my Hemlock, I'm probably going to be doing a little bit more of because I put each prompt, so I'm going to be doing a little bit more planning for the mornings, and this will probably just be for my dailies. So this is more of a BSA club one. Yeah, so I'm going to dedicate that to that. All right, so let's get started. Good morning, Louise. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Scott. Hope you had a lovely birthday. And good morning, Nanette. The best New Year to you all. Yes, the best New Year to us all. Okay. Let me put these away. I need like extra shelves. I've got my shelf behind me, but I need like extra shelves. And I don't know why this, I'm just going to, no, that's in view. My computer, it needs to actually come forward a little bit, but I don't want to shadow that, so I think that's okay. So if you didn't know, we have a family, creative family over on Substack, and most of you guys are here, but everybody is populating, and I love it. Everyone, look at all the pictures. I'm so happy. Everyone's populating our Padlet for the month. putting different things in that we can either use for each prompt. I'm going to go to my shelf, so I can use, anybody can use this shelf if you want to have a look. Here's a nice quote that Scott gave us the other day in our vision board session, and this is my vision board hanging up on my shelf. So I want that to be the primary thing in my piece, but I do want some of the books as well. So I'm just going to sketch it out because I don't think I can do this just with paint, putting it on there, because there's a lot of words and everything and just layering. So I mean, I guess I could just do it with paint. No, I'm going to quickly sketch it out, I think, and then maybe I'll just color some of it. Is everybody doing Joyful January today? Maybe I should make a little sign for Joyful January so that you guys know what we're doing. I could do it on the back of this. Yeah, because if you're just joining and you don't know what we're up to, also if you want to hashtag Joyful January. And welcome if you've never been here before. Maybe I'll put the 26 after it, Joyful January 26, because this way, if there are other Joyful Januaries, then at least this will be ours. And then, like I said before, you can use the hashtag. Well, let's see. Do I have a little piece of paper? I think I do have a little bit of paper that I can see. I've moved everything, and my paper used to be right here, which was so clever. So in our group we use Char's art class, and then we always do the month 01, and then because we used to just use Char's art class, and then the algorithm changed everything, that everything got mixed up. But if you do Char's art class and then 0126, I mean, AI is just dumping everything in hashtags, which is really annoying. But if we do this, then maybe it'll go back to normal. Good morning, Maria. Happy New Year. And C says, yes, Joyful January. And Scott says, just getting up, so probably we'll just watch and do later. Well, welcome and good morning. I'm working, like I said, in this Stillman and Byrne Zeta sketchbook. And I'm going to do my shelf up here, or in here, because day one is shelf. It's really fun to plan for the year, but I didn't want to overwhelm you. So even though we're just focusing on January, there is a whole year ahead. So maybe with our group, we can have a chat about that. Just so that you know where we're leading or heading to. Okay, so I am going to have to Did everybody have a nice evening last night? Actually, we went to bed around 1, And I thought, oh no, what have I done? I've said I'm going to get up and I'm doing a live this morning. That's crazy, because I only had 3.5 hours sleep. I'll have a nap later, and that's what I like. When I went to bed, I'm just like, it's okay, I can have a nap during the day. I need to get up and start my day. I didn't do yoga with Adrian yet. I think I'll do that after I finish here. I have been for a walk already, and like I said, it's god awful freezing. It's minus 22 if you want to look that up in your Fahrenheit, but Celsius it's minus 22, and yeah, not impressed. I have a little Paris eraser. I think it's my daughter's, but I thought it was cute and needed to go on the shelf. I guess I don't need to draw everything that's on here. I like this little doggy that Tammy sent me once. All right. Nick, hi, Happy New Year. Just popping in for a quick peek before I go to bed. Did you have a lovely ringing into the new year over in Australia? C says, very quiet last night. And Nick says, oh my God, minus 22. How can you manage? I literally I had a neck scarf that came up over. I wear my clothes like a balaclava. So all you can see, or all I can see, is like two little eyes peeking out. I should have actually wore ski goggles because my eyes started to hurt a little bit when I was out walking. And I didn't go for very long. I think we were out probably for about 20 minutes. That was it. Scott said, we had firecrackers until 1, so I was not sound asleep until after, so 5 hours for me. Okay. And then it says, I fell asleep last night about 10, woke up at 12 when some fireworks went off. Oh. And Nick says, yes, a lovely chilled night with some friends and my sister. Yeah, we had a couple of friends over and it was really lovely. There was supposed to be 12 of us in total, but everybody, well, one couple wasn't very well. And then 2 other couples, they live quite far out, like probably about 40 minutes away from us. And we got snow last night and they're like, we don't really want to drive in the snow and it's worse north of us. And then the other couple, their kids were home, so they just wanted to spend it with their kids. Actually, if I was going to be out for longer, Nanette, then I would wear thermal clothes. But because I'm only out for like 20 minutes at a time at that, you don't really need, it's so dry that as long as you're just covered, then I feel like it's okay. If I was going skiing, yes, I would. If I was out shoveling for more than 20 minutes, yes. But just quickly, like getting out there, no. But this has to be a little bit smaller. Did everybody see? Look, Jennifer Caballeros has 2 books published. This one called Strays, and then she has Unruly Creatures. Right there, those are her books there. And then we have Samantha Dion Baker's books right here. Draw Your World. We have Lisa Solomon's book, Jennifer Orkin Lewis's book, Julia Rothman's books, I love those. Courtney Cerruti, Missy Dunaway. You guys all know these people. Arona from Buku, Danny Gregory, all my favorites. I can never remember how to pronounce her name. Dinara Mirtapalova. And one of my favorite lettering books. Yeah. Lisa Congdon, The Bibliophile, love that, by Jane. What is it Jane Monet? Jane Mount? Jane Mount. Sorry. And then Lisa Schaefer's book, These Three Things, Vital Voices. That's illustrated by Gail Kibaka. And yeah, Carl Larson's book, Marimekko. All my favorites, I made sure to put them on there so that I could paint them. But really, this is the most important, my dailies. So I'll be picking a book off the shelf, and there's one on composition that I really want to go through, which is, I can pull it out. It's Edgar Payne's composition of outdoor painting, and it's super thorough. It's great. I used it a lot when I was doing the visual arts passage with my gallery paintings, my landscapes. So this is my first book that I'm going to be going through and making notes in. So I'll have that for this week. C says, I slept all afternoon, so I was up for midnight. Our kids always call it midnight. I've been awake ever since. Oh my goodness. Watching the Marching Monks. The Marching Monks. Tell us more. Is that a movie? Okay, this needs to be brought down a little bit. Maybe I'll just do the strings like this. I have shells from trips that we've been on. Do you guys have that shell wherever you are? It's called a shivai. Do you guys know that shell? Can you see that? It's flat and then it's round on the outside. I found lots in Thailand. I found a black one too, and I don't know where they are. They're usually like this light color. Good morning, Reb. How are you? Did you have a good ringing into the new year? C says, they're actual monks with a dog marching for peace from Texas to Washington. A dog marching? I don't know if that is what you meant to say or write. I have to add to these as well. Nick says, what kind of monks see? And Reb says, yes, we watched a little fireworks and then went to bed at the usual time. You're smart. No, we had friends over, so we couldn't just say, okay, thanks for coming, good night. We were playing trivia on the TV. It was fun. I do enjoy trivia games. I never used to, but I do because I feel like I learn at the same time as then I realize how much I don't know. I'm really bad at the sports one, unless it's things like tennis or I don't know. I think just tennis, football, things that I would either remember from historical dates, things that have happened. But when it comes to motor racing or boxing and things like that, no, I can't. Okay, what do you think? This is going to take longer than half an hour? One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I've done these too big. Sorry, needed to focus a little bit. Some of these books I have found at thrift stores, which I love. And also, I've got all the Myra Kilman ones up here as well, which I really love. So maybe I'll move them over. Is anybody using a particular medium for this month? Reb, what are you doing for this month? I know that Reb is very good at choosing what she's doing, like personal goals, etc. I feel like you have something mapped out probably. Or are you joining us in Joyful January? Nick says, oh dear, I must go to bed. I have to work tomorrow. Good night, sleep tight. I look forward to seeing the finished pieces for today. I was a bit stumped by the shelf. Good night. See you soon. I'm sure you have lots of shelves. I think if you always have in the back of your mind what brings you joy with these prompts, then I think everybody will find something, right? C says, Buddhist monks, they adopt a dog because the dog loves to walk, and the dog, Aloka, in turn adopted the monks. It's very inspirational watching them. Oh, that sounds really very cool. Is it a documentary? I have a couple of books that my daughters also loved, so they're on the shelf too. But I think I can use them. They have some really good typography in them, so I think I may use them for like cutting out and collage. I mean, that's also one thing. If you don't have a sketchbook, you can always use an old book and do an altered book for your month. We've done that before. Michelle Shane did it last month. She worked in an old book and just painted in her old book. That's also a nice thing. I want to make this a little bit more wonky. It is very straight. Okay, now I think I'm just going to go in with a watercolor wash, and then maybe I'll make these in gouache. So the books I think I'll do in watercolor, because then I can go over with pen for the lettering. I think that's what I'm going to have to do. So I'm going to use my watercolors here. Move this over a little bit. Oh, C says I'm watching them on Reels. Like Reels on, actually I'm gonna just move this over. Reels on Instagram? You know, some people make really long reels, like it becomes a whole video. C says, I'm very interested in this. They announced over 100 days ago they were marching for peace with intention. They have been marching ever since. Wow. Yeah, did you... Oh, it's the Buddhist monks. Okay. Let's just go with watercolors for now. I'm going to fill in all the dark areas just to block those in. So I've never tried watercolor on this, on the Zeta Stillman and Byrne, and it's taking really well. I know that it takes gouache, but because the paper is so flat, it's, you know, I think it's hot press. It's it still takes it nicely. Okay, I'm gonna clean up this shelf, make it a bit straighter. It goes all the way across. Anyone else got anything specific that they're doing? I know that a lot of you are doing Joyful January because I saw your pictures. Good morning, Martina, or good afternoon, Martina. Happy New Year. Okay. So we are working on our Joyful January, Martina, and it is, the prompt is shelf today. So I'm doing my shelf because my shelf brings me joy behind me. I was going to do, I had taken some pictures of my mum's shelves in England, and I love that. I love them. But I feel like I need to focus on what I've got right in front of me as well, so, or behind me. I'm just going to go in with the very dark areas. I have some acrylic markers as well, so I can probably go over any areas which are much lighter over the dark afterwards with the writing. Hey, Anne. Anne says, yes, on Instagram, monks marching for peace. Lots of pics and reels. I have not heard of them until now. Happy New Year, Anne. I'm going to look them up afterwards. Which reminds me, if I could find my little book. In my mornings, I have there. So I don't forget, because I will forget. I think I'll do the ribbon afterwards, because if not, I'm going to be, if I do the negative space of the ribbon, that will just be a little bit crazy. So I'll just block in the main big colors first. Anne says, happy 2026 to all. C says, I heard of the monks back when they announced they were leaving Texas for the March of Peace, but I forgot about it. Do you remember what day that was? And, like, are they trying to get across America, or are they trying to go to every state? What have they told you, see? You know what, maybe, I'm just thinking about it, well, even though this is day one, but I love Elvira's idea that she fills in with color the things that she wants to do in the year. I could do the same with this page. so I could sketch it all out. I'll fill in all the dark areas and then put the words or the titles of the books, and then I'll come back and fill each one as I go, because I definitely won't get this done today, but I think that's a good idea, because then I can just color them as I go, and it would be a revolving image. Thanks, Elvira. I don't know if Elvira's here today. That was a great idea. I love that idea. Esty, hi, joyful January, yes. Happy 2026 to you too. I hope you had a lovely evening with your family. My straight lines with a paintbrush, not so good. Not so great. Just trying to use the paints that are on here a lot. So if you missed the beginning of this YouTube, I showed calendars that I am hanging on my wall. One is from Melly Dolman. I think you can still purchase them. And then the other one is Courtney SF in in San Francisco, sorry. And both of theirs are wonderful. I can show them at the end again. Elvira says, haha, you're welcome. Happy New Year to all. I'm tidying up after last night's party. Yeah, I had to tidy up before I went to bed. I can't face that in the morning, so I'm a bit of a, I need that done before I go to bed. So we tidied before I went to bed, which was nice. Did you have a fun party, Elvira? Okay, I'm going to go back to the dark because I need to block in a lot of these darker colors. Not too many dark books. There's a couple over here. Oh, actually, I could have kept one bright blue. Never mind. I think I made my shelves too chunky, so I'm going to make them a little bit less. And I know I'm kind of doing this the wrong way around. I could have done all the light colors first and then gone with the dark. Just wanted to block in these dark shapes. Oh, actually down here. All right. While I'm here with this color, I can just do some lighter colors. So this I don't need to be too, I do need to be quite specific because obviously books have a look to them and have certain spines that you probably recognize as well in the book. And what would probably help is putting all the names down first, and then I really would know which book I'm drawing. We did quite a few book stacks the first year that we were doing our dailies together. There were quite a few book stacks that we did. I may have to shift a few books around. And that says it looks really cool with just the darks. Oh yeah, I was going to leave those, weren't I? Okay, let me just refocus because I'm getting carried away with this. I need to focus on the things that I, because if I am going to use that way of working, like Elvira is with her method, especially for this, just this one piece, I think, is I should just color in the things that are definitely there and not moving and they're not books, like this little canvas with the piggy on. I can do my, or yes, I can do my vision board, my hanging vision board. Let's go back to the dark over here. So I'm hoping I can loosen up, because if not, this is going to take me a long time. And I know I'm not going to be finishing this one during this session. And it'll be a, like I said, a revolving piece where I'll keep coming back to it and filling in as I go, and work on reading the books, rereading the books that are on my shelf, because some of them or all of them I've looked at but not really studied, and there are a few books on the shelf that I really want to just dive deep into. So I'm going to make time for that. But then I can come back and fill this in. I think I only have maybe one fiction book on here, on my shelf. And it's The 100-Foot Journey, because I picked that one up at the thrift store, and I haven't read it. I've watched the movie a few times, but I'd really like to read it. So I have that, the only fiction on here. So what are you all up to today? What does the first day of the year look like for you? Are you going for lunch? Are you going for breakfast? Is there something that you always do on the first? Let me know in the comments. And even if you're watching this as a replay, let me know in the comments. It would be lovely to hear what you're up to. I have some planning to do for next week's classes, which are starting next Tuesday. And I also have planning to do for sketchy classes, which I will be filming this month, but they're not going to be released until, I think, April. So, but it's a new portrait class that I'm filming for. So I have to prep that and try and get some filming done, not today, but soon. And then, yeah, I'll work a little bit more on this, because it's almost time. You can see that it's not exact, right? It's not perfect. And if you are watching, you're probably going, well, that's in the wrong spot. If you know me, you know I don't mind. So just bear with me with the non-perfect imagery that you'll be seeing this year, because I'm far from wanting to worry about perfection. Ooh, Julia says good evening and Happy New Year. Good evening, Julia. Happy New Year. Elvira says we just had the usual raclette party. Mess isn't too bad. Okay. If you don't know what raclette is, everybody, it's a type of cheese. Very good for melting. And I'm assuming that it was like a fondue. Elvira. Okay, I really shouldn't be filling these in, but I feel like there are spaces behind here. And then that says, which journal are you going to use to put your notes about the books? That is probably going to be, so I do have I think I'm going to have to dedicate a new one for that, because these are more my visual ones that I've got that you've seen. So I'd like to dedicate one specific book for that I just leave in my studio and work alongside when I'm working with when I'm looking at the books and reading the books. I have made a little, you can't see it, but up where this dog is, there's probably 6 notebooks that are completely new, which is really bad. They are completely new, and I have not even like made a dent in them, written in them. I think I've acquired them, or they were my daughter's and I put them on my shelf because they didn't use them, because I was cleaning up some areas in their old room. And so I think I'll use one of those, Nanette. I think I'd like to, and it's going to be a commonplace book, so I am going to try and be more organized and index it as well, just like that. You know, that commonplace indexing system that we talked about. So I think that's what I'll do. I don't mind having lots of books, like, sorry, lots of notebooks and planners. I could put it in here, but I'm worried that it'll just take up too much of the room, and I'm going to be taking this one wherever I go, so no, I'll probably just have it down here in my studio and work from it down here. Nanette says, I'm thrilled to have the day off from work. I'm going to finish my vision board, paint my shelf, and start Adrian's yoga. Yes, I'm going to start Adrian's yoga as well. That is on my list of to-dos, my daily to-dos. Okay. Just checking to see if there's any other place over here I could. Scott says, put my new watercolor set together and lunch with friends and paint my shelf. Lovely. Sounds perfect. And Elvira says it's similar to a fondue, only that everybody gets little pans to fill with whatever food they like and top it with cheese that will melt then. Oh, I love that. I will start a book of books too. I tend to forget about the content, so I will add some notes. What I think I may do is, this is in my Joyful January, but what I'm going to do is scan this in as is, and then maybe today I'm going to write down all the names of the books, and then I will print it out and then stick it in my notebook so that I have that as well, so that I can maybe put dates to different, like for the index, it can be part of my index. Oh, it all sounds a lot, but it's not. I think it's just focusing on what you want to have happen in your day. Okay. I can go over a lot of these things, like I said, with acrylic markers if I want any details, or for example the books for the writing. You know those, what were they called? Grabbies? Those are very thin and fine. So I'm thinking I can use those for writing the names on some of the books. Okay, I think I need to write the names on the books. I'm just going to lock in these for my vision board, and then I can write on those as well. And I hope you all have a lovely day. I will be sending out a couple of sessions for the month ahead so that you know what we're doing. Michelle from Ottawa, she's going to do the one where we, like the place of our group. What did I call the whole Padlet? The Padlet was, I'm trying to think. Not where we're from. Not all about you. There was a name. Anyway, she is gathering images for us. So we will have a session with her. And then also, if anybody's here, I don't know if Julia is still awake. If you want to send us pictures of your area neighborhood, if Teresa is here and hasn't done one. Are there any? Oh, Scott, if you want to put together 8 or 9 photos for me of San Antonio. Good morning. Happy New Year, Melissa. And Reb too, if you want to put 8 or 9 photos together. And Nanette. So we're going to have a few sessions of locations of where our friends in our group are from. We didn't do so much last year, but we have, and I'll share the Padlet with you. We have lots, oh goodness, I don't know how many places, but we have, I think we counted maybe 27 from 2020. Is it 2024 we started? Yeah, I think so. They don't have to all be your photos, but it's nice when they are, because, you know, then there's something to chat about with you, and you can tell us all about the place. Okay, I think that's it. I'm going to leave it like that. I will come back to it later and put all of the oh no, I will, you know what, I will do something quickly, because then when I come in with pen, I can just outline some areas. I forgot about the garland. Garland? No. What is this again? So bad with names. Bunting. Bunting. It came to me, bunting. With a little bunting. I used to have it when I did shows. I used to have it hanging from my table just to add a little bit more color, you know. Scott says, does it have to be building, or can it be places and park shots? Oh yeah, places, park shots. Scott, I'll send you the Padlet of the past Padlet that we're gonna add all of you guys to. But it can be parks, it can be like C included Stephen King's house. Yeah, lots of different things you can add. It could be your favorite library that you go to. It could be a favorite coffee shop. Where do we put the photos? I am going to send you a Padlet, and I'll put your name in one of the columns. It'll be right at the end, so if you scroll all the way to the end, I'll put your name, Julia, on there. And then you want to add like 8 or 9, no more than 9. 8 is ideal, because then we do a few quick ones, and then we do some longer ones. Fantastic. And if you can't put them on the Padlet, just send them to me and I will put them on the Padlet. Yeah. Melissa, what are you up to today? Oh, it's Art Hang Party. Goodness, I almost forgot. You know, like, even though we've been pushing the celebration of the 1st and Happy New Year, kind of forgot what day it was. But it's perfect. You have an Art Hang Party beginning of the year for Art Hang Party. Let us know what you are. I did share it earlier in the week, and I should know what you are celebrating. Is it just a celebration of, what is it, Melissa? Oh, it's Thursday. Yeah, it's Thursday. We'll draw some fun celebration photos. Okay, vintage New Year's photos. Lovely. I will try and make it. I don't have, my daughter's not home. I don't have to pick anyone up. I just have to show up. And you can see the ribbon will just sit over the top. And if I need to make it brighter, I can make it brighter. Okay. Yeah, so don't forget, Melissa has Art Hang Party at 7 p.m. Eastern. She is on YouTube. If you click on her name here, I think you can go straight to her YouTube. But before you go, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you're here watching and you're not subscribed, it just means that, you know, you'll get notifications, or not. You don't have to turn on notifications. And we will be having a Zoom session with our BSA club, Blue Shine Art Club. And if you're interested in joining our creative family, just go to the description and everything is in there. You need to head over to Substack and link through there. But I look forward to seeing all of your images. They can be added in our chat over, or the thread where the chat is for January, for Joyful January. So if you go in there, you can just add your images in there. And like I said, this is going to be a revolving image every week, or every book that I, you know, thoroughly go through and read. Then I will start putting the names on there. But I have the image just in case my shelf changes. I have the image that I can work with. Thank you so much. Have a really good day. Oh, I did want to share, because some of you missed the beginning. So I just wanted to share my 2 calendars that I'm going to be up on my wall, which are Women Guitars by Melly, Wall Art Calendar by Melly Dolman, and today, or this month, January, is this beautiful lady. I don't know if she has, does she have a name? Melly? Are the names on here? Oh! Alongside the art, I've created curated playlists and written reflections to deepen the experience. Scan the QR code on the cover to explore them all in one place. A year of stories and soundtracks inspired by these portraits. I am going to do that. I had the calendar just sitting next to me, and I guess I had opened it on my month of April for the longest time since I had it. So I'm going to do that. That's wonderful. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Melly. So that's going to be hanging up right here. And then my other one that I have been receiving from Courtney SF for the past, I think, 6 years. She makes these lovely little calendars that you can just hang up like that. And I just put important dates in, which I haven't done yet, but I'll go through it. And she focused on flowers this year, and I love how she's partnered her flower pages up with some birds and butterflies. Yeah, so that's a lovely calendar as well. So that's Courtney SF. Courtney Spillane, who teams up with Daria Penta for a gouache November every year. Yes, you get to use Melly's calendar, and so does C. I don't know if anybody else got her calendar, but it's still available. So Melly is also on YouTube. You can find her there. And yeah, thanks for a lovely first morning. I know it's gone a little bit longer. Have a wonderful January 1st, and Happy New Year, everybody. See you next Tuesday. Yes, Melly Dolman on Substack too. Thank you. Bye, everybody. Bye.